go to 3.13, Chancellor's reports.
Good evening, Board of Trustees, community members, and colleagues. As we have in the past, I'd like to have each of the presidents provide just a short synopsis. They've all provided written reports to you, but I'd like for them to just give you some highlights that they may want to bring forward at this time. And I'm going to start with President Besikof at Laney College, to be followed by Merritt College, and then College of Alameda. And I believe that Vice President of Instruction Kuni will be here representing Berkeley City College. So with that, I'll turn it over to you, Rudy.
Good evening, Chancellor Jackson, President Napoli Abella-Reese, members of the governing board, colleagues in education, students, and valued community members. I'd like to start my report off this evening with what has, quite frankly, at Laney College been the top story, which has been our efforts over the last 2 weeks for our Fall is Free campaign, something I mentioned in my previous board report that I would be coming back with a few more details on, and I'm sure to do that this evening. Looking at this initiative, we really had some short, medium, and long-term objectives. In the short run, what we were hoping to do was promote enrollment for the fall semester while acknowledging and then trying to meet the associated costs of college for students, things that go beyond tuition. That was something we were really looking at. In the medium term, we've been looking at supporting those students, not just getting the FTES at census, but supporting them through the semester through services such as our tutoring and counseling. And then over the long term, by emphasizing the FAFSA as a condition for receiving the benefits of the Fall is Free semester, having those students, by filling out the FAFSA, engaging and making the long-term commitment to college. And so those are some things that we've been chasing over the last few weeks. I'm happy to come to you tonight and report a few results that I'd like to share. Since my report on July 12th, we have had 999 students enroll. Also, we've had 1,987 vacant seats that are no longer vacant in our classes. With the work continues and a lot of outstanding stuff is going on. Just to give you something hot off the press, our Public Information Officer, Lorena Baldazzo, launched an ad on YouTube. And in the first 12 hours, there were 8,500, I guess the word I use, I know this is old for internet, but hits to that ad, and which was outstanding. But what was even greater was that as I saw the numbers and I saw the time spent looking at the ads, the average person spent 14 seconds looking at those ads, and they were 15-second ads. Now, if you think about it and you watch YouTube, if you're anything like me, as soon as you see that ad, you wait for the skip ad button, which comes 5 seconds usually, after 5 seconds. On average, we had people staying on the line and seeing our ads for a total of 14 seconds, which I think was great. And that means that they were hearing about the tuition we were offering, as well as the services and opportunities with this fall. In your board report this evening, you have a really nice summary of all the media coverage that has happened with this, and that does not happen without the work and collaboration of a number of individuals. Along the way, this effort has been a collaboration with the district and communication with the other 3 colleges, and I see Mark Johnson on the line tonight, who helped us a great deal in assisting Eleni Gastis and Lorena Baldazzo with the press release that went out. And most recently, we had a team appear on KTVU live and talk about Fall is Free. And what was truly great about this is that now have people, just as at the CTE open house, we had students talking about pathways and areas of interest and having that as part of their vocabulary. The media was talking about the FAFSA like it was second nature to them. And that was something that was truly outstanding, because we do want to promote participation and completion of the FAFSA. And I think that's something that's critical. The work continues. Just this past weekend, thanks to faculty member Louis Quinlan, as well as VP of Instruction Becky Upsada, and even student worker Allison Fletcher. We had a table out at the Art and Soul Festival in Oakland. We also tabled at the Roots soccer game. And even today, at the Fruitville Transit Station, we had a table out and we were promoting enrollment at the Oakland Private Industry Council enrollment event. We're really bringing it. We're doing everything we can to promote fall and really work hard. And we recognize that for Peralta students, going back to a couple years ago and the data we have, we realize that somewhere around 4 in 10 students attend more than one Peralta institution. And we realize that we're all in this together. Like I said, the work continues. One of the things we will be doing at Laney College on our campus is the Ask Me tables, which come out the first week of class, where we have tables out on campus to greet people who are coming. We're rolling that back, and starting next week, we're going to have those Ask Me tables 3 weeks ahead of the start of class out to greet the community, especially as we believe more of our face-to-face students will begin to start to engage in the process of registration. And so with all of that, I just wanted to share a lot of the work that we've done so far, but we also are cognizant that the work continues, and we're grateful for the support and with the collaboration we've had so far. Speaking of support and collaboration, I also wanted to highlight a great thing that happened on July 7th. We had 5 members of our Laney community go to the Oakland Chinatown Chamber of Commerce, and 2 things took place. Number one, there was a meeting with Chamber of Commerce leadership, particularly Carl Chan and Jessica Chen, about ways that Laney College can continue to its collaboration that already exists with the Oakland Chinatown Chamber. In addition to that, we also, again, I guess this is the season for having tables. We had a table actually in the Oakland Chinatown Square, and we're promoting our fall semester for our students. So these are truly the highlights that are going on right now at Laney College. And as the president, I would just like to say thank you to all who have contributed to our work to date. And with that, I'll conclude my report this evening.
Thank you, Rudy. Good evening, Chancellor, President Napoli-Bella-Reese, Board of Trustees, college colleagues, and community members. We are excited to announce that Oakland Promise and Merritt College are co-hosting a Student Resource Day. That's going to be on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, August 2nd from 1 to 3 p.m. So for those of you who are not quite familiar with Oakland Promise, it's an organization that emerged from a commitment by Oakland residents back in 2016 to provide every child in the city with the support, coaching, and incentives needed to succeed from the cradle to the college. Which is their motto. And to this end, Merritt will be providing information and resources from A&R, financial aid, FYE, which is first year experience, and COFA, Roots Health Clinic will be there, CalFresh, EOPS, and some other categorical programs. We're also going to be offering free lunch and raffle prizes to the over 120 students and families who have already signed up. And this event will be held in the Huey P. Newton Student Lounge, so we hope to see you there. Continuing with the theme of community engagement and elaborating on what President Besikof noted, we are partnering with Oakland Private Industry Council, Alameda County Social Services Agency, and the Strong Native Workforce Project to put on a series of enrollment pop-up fairs. So there was one that was held today, as President Besikof noted, at Fruitville Transit Village Plaza, and I understand it was very successful. So the next 2 that Merritt will be participating in will be held on Thursday, August 11th, and Friday, September 9th, in East Oakland and West Oakland, respectively. And while we'll be focusing on getting students registered for classes and providing information about our programs, I want to make sure that attendees know that they can also avail themselves of COVID-19 testing, health, mental health, and dental services, housing programs, rental assistance, financial literacy support, legal and immigration services, childcare programs, and employment training opportunities. So please stay tuned for more details. And finally, this is my highlight of the night. I want to congratulate one of our amazing faculty members for achieving a truly historic feat. On Tuesday, July 19th, exactly 1 week ago today, Miss Felicia Wanzo Bryant, who is an instructor in our fire sciences program, became the very first African-American woman to be appointed as fire marshal for the city of Oakland. Her career in the fire department spans nearly, again, give it up for her. Her career in the Oakland Fire Department spans nearly 2 decades, and the honor bestowed upon her is well-deserved. So for those of you who are interested, she'll be teaching EMT in the fall, and we consider it an honor and privilege to count her as one of our faculty members. So this concludes Merritt's report for the evening.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Good evening, President Reese, trustees, Chancellor Jackson, colleagues, and guests. I'm pleased to provide this report for the College of Alameda. For most of you, you know that summer is a time of relaxation, coming together with families, but that's only if you don't work in higher ed. There is no such thing as summer is off. So I'm going to share some of the things that have kept us busy at College of Alameda. On Tuesday, July 5th, College of Alameda Puente program launched its first summer bridge for its third student cohort. Puente Summer Bridge is a 4-week course that supports the transition from high school to community college for first-time college students and is an example of the strategies that College of Alameda is using to improve retention and completion rates, hence reducing the equity achievement gap. The course was taught by Professor Johan Carranza, who provided students with the tools that they need to succeed in their fall courses and throughout their academic career. This cohort of 20 students were able to form connections with their peers, meet with staff and faculty, all while developing skills that will help them successfully navigate the complexities of college life. On July 7th, College of Alameda Guided Pathways members, along with deans, vice president, and the college president, met with facilitators for a half-day retreat, charting the next phase of our guided pathway work. I shared with the group the importance of incorporating what I call institutional essentials, which should guide the development of our guided pathways work. These include equitable student success, community connection, sustainability of resources, fostering a welcoming and inclusive campus climate and culture, and lastly, fostering continuous quality improvement in the work that we do to support guided pathways. The retreat was facilitated by Catherine Bergman and Dr. Monique Green. Catherine Bergman serves as our guided pathway regional coordinator for the San Francisco Bay Area with the Foundation for California Community Colleges. Dr. Green has extensive experience designing engagement centers and student success team at Riverside City College, where she served as the Guided Pathways coordinators for many years and is a tenured counseling faculty member. We had rich discussion around what's needed to define the specific structure and processes that need to be adopted and/or put in place to move forward with guided pathways implementation so that we ensure the successful transitioning of the institution to adopt the needed institutional changes that are going to ensure that each and every student is successful upon entering the college. Lastly, the College of Alameda Career and Employment Center, in partnership with the Alameda County Social Services Agency, the Alameda County Workforce Development Board, and the Oakland Housing Authority co-hosted a job fair at our own campus on July the 13th. The event took place in our new liberal arts building. Over 60 job seekers from the ranks of the students as well as the community attended the event. This was the first on-campus job fair since the pandemic began in 2020, and it was the largest campus job fair in over 4 years. 12 employers were represented at the job fair, and they included our own Peralta Community College District HR department promoting our job openings, reflecting the fact that we are a dominant employer in the region. So I'd like to thank Director Stephanie Bradshaw and her team for all their great work, as well as our CalWorks and EOPS team and our custodial staff for all the assistance that they provided to make this a truly successful and special event. That ends my report. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Thank you, Dr. Jones. Good evening, Board President, Board of Trustees, and Chancellor, colleagues and guests. I'm here on behalf of Dr. Garcia tonight, and I'll be happy to share some great video, actually. Board of Trustees, you have reports. It's a pretty comprehensive report, so I don't need to really go into it. But I'd like to highlight some of the things that we are doing in the report, which is for BCC to go into to meet students at where they're at in their community. And Dr. Garcia has been really going around to different parts of the community where our students live and then doing this. So I'm going to ask Sasha to run the video for us, please.
Let me know if you can all hear it.
President Garcia meeting these DC students in the community.
All right, President Garcia, we're going out to meet students.
Yes, we are. BCC in the community.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling kind of nervous, but really excited.
I know.
I don't know what happened to the video. Oh.
Kuni, can you explain what's going on? I think I know, but the board may not be aware. I think that at the last meeting, President Garcia talked about the new program of going out and visiting with students, but because we're having these technical difficulties, can you just kind of curate it for us?
Of course, and I'm so sorry that it didn't work out. It's a really warm and a nice video where students really are being welcomed by Dr. Garcia going into their neighborhood and then really seeing where they live, and then really us going into students' world and then really understanding what we really need to provide. That's really the outreach, spirit of the outreach that we are trying to promote. And so Dr. Garcia has been going to different places. This particular video, she has visited one of our students, and then actually the ASC-BCC president to be for this year. And in some cases, she meets with the students' parents, and then their relatives, and then the cousins. And so it's a really community effort. And we really believe that it is really important for us to not to look at just the data and then just make a lot of good analysis and assumptions, but to really physically going into their world to be connecting with the students' world. So that is the whole spirit of this project. And then Dr. Garcia has been very busy going to different parts of the neighborhood. So that's the gist of the video.
I was able to fix it, so if you'd like, I could go ahead and finish it.
Sure, it's a short one. Would that be okay? All right.
I just started it from where we left off, so I will
Okay.
back up just a little bit. Oh my goodness. It was playing while I was, it may be because I'm running the Zoom at the same time.
Maybe you can send it to all of us, because I'd really like to see it. If you could email it to us, that video, we can see it later, because it seems like it's not wanting to work.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
even we could put it on and make it part of a shared drive so that you can link to that, and we can send you the email so you can link to it.
That's great. I want to see it. Okay.
And what is the name of the program again, Kuni?
BCC in the Community Outreach Lounge.
Very good.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Thank you so much. As everyone can see, our presidents are actively involved in trying to increase our enrollment, as was indicated by our District Academic Senate president. We are taking a hands-on approach to that. And later on in the meeting, you will hear what the district is doing in terms of marketing and outreach by our executive director of marketing and public relations and communication. So thank you, presidents, for those presentations. I'll turn it back over to our board chair.
Thank you, Chancellor, and thank you, presidents, as well as Vice President Kuni for your reports. Just know that every time we find out what's happening at the colleges, it is the highlight of our meeting. So excited that the fall semester is starting, excited to have all the students back, and excited to hear more about what's going to be happening at 22-23. Very excited. All righty, let's move on to 4.1, review of board goals for 2022.